Quiet Wins. The Secret to Success in a Noisy World. Written by Ronnie Rowland. Published by Growth Literacy Lounge. Introduction. Have you ever felt like the world is getting louder by the minute? We live in a time where there's constant noise, notifications, emails, meetings, endless conversations, all pulling for our attention. In a culture that glorifies hustle, being loud, and pushing harder, success often feels like a race where the noisiest competitor wins. But what if the real power lies in quiet? What if the key to unlocking your best ideas, your sharpest focus, and your greatest achievements isn't found in doing more or saying more, but in doing less and saying less? What if success is born in moments of stillness, reflection, and silence? This is the secret of quiet wins. In a world filled with distractions, finding clarity, focus, and true achievement can feel impossible. But here's the truth: silence is your most untapped resource. It's not just the absence of noise, it's the presence of clarity, creativity, and focus that you can access at any time, once you know how. In this book, you'll discover how embracing quiet can transform your life. You'll learn how silence can sharpen your focus, reduce stress, and bring clarity to even the most chaotic situations. Whether you're looking to become more productive, make smarter decisions, or simply find peace in a noisy world, the key lies in learning how to master the quiet. I'll show you how successful leaders, creatives, and entrepreneurs are already using silence as their secret weapon, and how you can apply these same principles to thrive in your personal and professional life. You'll explore practical techniques to create moments of quiet in your daily routine, even in the busiest environments. Through stories, science, and simple strategies, you'll uncover how powerful silence can be in unlocking the success you've been searching for. We've observed that 66% of our viewers haven't yet subscribed to our channel. We invite you to support us by clicking the subscribe button and liking this video and comment below. Your encouragement inspires us to continue creating valuable content for you. Thank you for being a part of our community and fueling our passion for sharing insights and knowledge. Let's discover the power of quiet and how it can help you win. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Ram Dass. Chapter 1. The Hidden Power of Silence. In a world constantly buzzing with notifications, conversations, and the relentless hum of modern life, silence is often perceived as an absence, something missing or uncomfortable. But what if silence was actually the key to transforming your life? What if it wasn't an absence at all, but a powerful presence? This chapter reveals how embracing silence can unlock your mental clarity, foster emotional resilience, and open the door to greater personal and professional success. You've likely spent much of your life trying to avoid silence. Whether it's filling your commute with podcasts, turning on the TV in the background, or mindlessly scrolling through social media, there's a tendency to seek out noise. Why? Because silence often feels awkward, uncomfortable, or even boring. But in this discomfort lies its power. Silence isn't about shutting out the world, it's about tuning into yourself. It's the space where your mind can clear, your creativity can flourish, and your emotions can settle. This is what makes silence such a profound force in our lives. It's a blank canvas for our thoughts, a reset button for our mental state, and a powerful tool for growth. Scientific studies show that our brains need periods of silence to function optimally. Constant noise forces your brain to remain in a state of alert, processing a constant influx of information. Over time, this leads to cognitive overload, stress, and even burnout. In contrast, silence allows your brain to rest and recover. One study from 2013, conducted by the journal Brain Structure and Function, found that 2 hours of silence per day promoted the growth of new brain cells in the hippocampus, a region critical for memory and learning. This means that when you embrace silence, you're not only calming your mind but also boosting your brain's ability to grow and retain information. In an increasingly noisy world, silence is like a superpower that most people have forgotten to use. Aside from cognitive benefits, silence has profound psychological impacts. It can shift your emotional state from one of stress and anxiety to calm and centered. When you allow yourself to sit in silence, you provide space for introspection. You can hear your inner thoughts and process your emotions without the external pressure to respond immediately. Think about the last time you faced a challenge. Was it easy to think clearly amidst the chaos, or did you find yourself overwhelmed by the noise? Silence gives you the clarity to analyze situations from a fresh perspective, offering solutions that might have been drowned out by the chatter of the outside world. Perhaps one of the most significant ways silence can transform your life is through self-awareness and personal growth. When we eliminate the external distractions of noise and technology, we're left with our thoughts. This is often when the real work begins. In silence, we can confront difficult truths, reflect on our decisions, and align ourselves with our deeper values. This process of self-reflection can be uncomfortable. It's easy to avoid deep thinking when we have so many distractions, but it's only in facing this silence that true growth happens. It's where you learn to sit with your emotions, process your experiences, and emerge with a clearer understanding of yourself and your goals. There's also great power in silence when it comes to communication. We often believe that filling conversations with words is essential to making connections, but some of the most profound connections are made in moments of shared silence. Pausing allows both you and the person you're communicating with to reflect and engage on a deeper level. It signals that you're truly listening, not just preparing for your next response. In professional settings, strategic use of silence can give you a powerful edge. When you pause before responding, you allow others to digest your words, while also giving yourself time to gather your thoughts. This makes your contributions more measured and impactful. Now that you understand the profound power of silence, how do you incorporate it into your life? Start small. You don't need hours of stillness to feel the benefits. Even 5 minutes of deliberate silence can create a sense of calm and clarity. Try integrating short moments of quiet into your daily routine. Begin your day with a few minutes of silence before the noise of the day starts. Turn off your phone for a bit while you drive. Take a walk without headphones, just listening to your surroundings and your thoughts. The key is consistency. The more often you make space for silence, the more your mind will learn to crave it. And as you practice, you'll find that silence isn't empty at all. It's full of the insights, ideas, and clarity you've been too distracted to hear. Silence may seem elusive in today's hyper-connected world, but it holds the key to deeper clarity, creativity, and personal growth. When you learn to embrace silence, you're opening yourself up to profound transformation. This isn't just about reducing noise, it's about creating the space for a life of meaning, purpose, and success. As you continue to explore the power of silence in the chapters ahead, remember that this journey isn't about avoiding sound, but rather learning to appreciate the richness of quiet. It's about finding the balance between action and stillness, between speaking and listening. It's time to let silence work its magic. Chapter 2: Silence and Mental Clarity. In a world filled with constant notifications, social media, and endless noise, it can feel impossible to focus on one thing at a time. Every day, our attention is pulled in countless directions, leaving us mentally fatigued and overwhelmed. The truth is, noise not only distracts our ears but also clutters our minds, leading to mental fog and reduced productivity. Silence, however, offers a solution, a way to reset, clear our minds, and sharpen our focus. In this chapter, we'll explore how silence cultivates mental clarity, helping you regain focus, improve decision-making, and foster deep thinking. Why mental clarity is so elusive. The constant barrage of stimuli in modern life is unparalleled. Smartphones, television, and even the hum of city life compete for your attention. Over time, this exposure to noise erodes your ability to think clearly. The brain is not designed to constantly process information at this rate, and as a result, cognitive overload sets in, leading to mental fatigue, stress, and burnout. This scattered focus becomes the new normal. You might feel constantly busy but rarely productive. This is where the power of silence comes in. In the quiet, the mind is able to reset, organize thoughts, and recenter itself, offering a sense of mental clarity that is otherwise difficult to achieve. The neuroscience of mental clarity. There's a reason silence is so effective at restoring mental clarity. It's wired into our biology. Neuroscientific studies have shown that silence positively affects the brain in unique ways. In particular, silence activates the brain's default mode network DMN, a network of interacting brain regions that become more active when the mind is at rest. The DMN is responsible for activities like daydreaming, self-reflection, and introspection, essentially, deep thinking. When you give your mind the opportunity to rest in silence, you're allowing the brain to tap into this default mode. This is when the brain connects the dots, reflects on past experiences, and even processes solutions to problems that have been lingering just out of reach. Think of it like closing all the unnecessary tabs on your computer. Silence allows your brain to focus on what really matters, without the distractions. The clarity of deep work. The concept of deep work is a state of high concentration that leads to better productivity, deeper focus, and more innovative thinking. When you're working in a state of deep focus, you're able to tackle complex problems and create meaningful work that isn't possible with a distracted mind. However, achieving this deep state of concentration requires periods of silence. Interruptions, whether external emails, phone calls, or internal racing thoughts, anxiety, can shatter this focus and pull you back into a shallow, less productive mode. By incorporating periods of silence into your work routine, you're effectively training your brain to stay in this focused state for longer periods of time. Whether it's starting your morning with quiet reflection, working in a noise-free environment, or simply pausing for silence before beginning a difficult task, these moments of quiet are essential for sustaining mental clarity and high productivity. Beyond just focus, silence plays a key role in decision-making. In moments of silence, your brain can process information more effectively, weighing pros and cons without being swayed by the constant noise of external opinions or distractions. You're able to think more rationally, tap into your intuition, and come to decisions with greater confidence. When faced with a big decision, try this. Rather than immediately seeking advice or filling your mind with data, sit quietly, spend time reflecting on the options. You'll find that the clarity silence brings allows you to cut through the clutter and focus on what truly matters. In moments of silence, you're able to tune into your own thoughts, values, and instincts, untainted by outside influence. It's in these quiet spaces that decisions become clear, and your path forward is illuminated. It's one thing to know that silence is beneficial, but how do you actively incorporate it into your day for better clarity? Here are some simple but powerful practices to help you introduce moments of silence into your life. 1. Morning silence ritual. Start your day with 10 to 15 minutes of silence. This could be through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting quietly with your thoughts. Let this quiet time set the tone for the rest of the day, clearing your mind before external noise enters. 2. Silent work intervals. When working on complex or creative tasks, turn off all distractions. Set a timer for 25 to 50 minutes of uninterrupted silence, often called the Pomodoro technique. Afterward, take a short break and repeat the process. This will help train your mind to focus deeply for extended periods. 3. Mindful breaks. Throughout the day, take short breaks of 2 to 5 minutes where you simply sit in silence. No phones, no music, no distractions. These moments allow you to reset mentally and return to your tasks with renewed clarity. 4. Digital detox. Designate a few hours in the evening or an entire day on the weekend to disconnect from all digital devices. The silence that follows will clear out the mental clutter that builds up from constant digital noise. 5. Silent reflection before big decisions. The next time you face a significant decision, resist the urge to react immediately. Instead, spend 10 minutes in silence, letting your mind process the options. You'll find that clarity often comes when you allow space for reflection. When you begin to integrate silence into your routine, you'll notice a profound shift. Your mind, once cluttered and chaotic, begins to clear. Thoughts become sharper, decisions become easier, and your ability to focus intensifies. Silence is more than just the absence of sound, it's the gateway to mental freedom, a tool that can elevate your thinking and amplify your productivity. By embracing silence, you're choosing to take control of your mental space in a world that constantly competes for your attention. This simple act of quiet can unlock a deep reservoir of clarity and focus that most people never get to experience. Welcome the silence, and let your mind do what it does best: think deeply, reflect meaningfully, and achieve with purpose. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. Albert Einstein. Chapter 3. Silence as a path to emotional resilience. Life's emotional challenges, stress, anxiety, frustration, are often amplified by the constant noise of our external world. From the non-stop notifications on your phone to the relentless demands of modern living, it can feel like there's never a moment to pause and reflect. Yet, emotional resilience, the ability to cope with and recover from life's difficulties, requires exactly that: space to process, reflect, and regain your emotional balance. In this chapter, we'll explore how silence helps you cultivate emotional resilience, providing a sanctuary for introspection, emotional healing, and strength. The emotional impact of noise. Imagine you've had a long day. You've been in back-to-back meetings, answered countless emails, and been bombarded by the usual stream of notifications and tasks. By the time evening arrives, you feel mentally and emotionally exhausted, your nerves frayed by the constant stimuli. This is the reality many face daily, where there's no space for emotional processing. The result is emotional burnout, an overwhelming sense of fatigue, irritability, and even helplessness. Noise, both external and internal, adds to this emotional load. Your mind becomes cluttered, your emotions jumbled, and you start to react impulsively, often without fully processing what's happening. This constant state of emotional reactivity can leave you feeling fragile, as if one more demand or piece of bad news will push you over the edge. Silence as an emotional reset button. What if silence could act as an emotional reset button? When you embrace silence, you allow your mind and emotions the space to settle. Silence acts as a sanctuary, a quiet refuge where you can step back from the chaos of daily life and regain perspective. In moments of silence, you're no longer bombarded by external demands. Instead, you have the opportunity to sit with your emotions, process them, and understand their root cause. Whether it's stress from work, frustration in relationships, or anxiety about the future, silence allows you to face these emotions without distraction. This act of slowing down and reflecting can lead to greater emotional clarity and resilience. Silence isn't just an abstract concept for emotional healing, it has tangible, scientifically backed benefits. Research in psychology and neuroscience shows that periods of quiet reduce levels of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. When you experience less stress, your brain can return to a more balanced state, which allows for healthier emotional responses. One study published in the journal Heart found that just 2 minutes of silence between music tracks reduced blood pressure and improved mood more effectively than relaxing music itself. This suggests that silence has a calming effect on the nervous system, helping you reset emotionally and physically. This emotional restoration is especially crucial in today's fast-paced world, where stress seems constant. By integrating moments of silence into your daily life, you're providing your body and mind with the necessary space to recover from emotional strain. Silence, mindfulness, and emotional awareness. Emotional resilience is deeply connected to mindfulness, the ability to stay present in the moment and observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Silence plays a crucial role in cultivating mindfulness because it removes distractions, allowing you to focus on your internal state. When you sit in silence, your emotions rise to the surface. These might be feelings you've been suppressing or pushing aside because of life's noise, but in the stillness you can observe these emotions more objectively. Rather than reacting impulsively or being consumed by them, you can recognize them, sit with them, and ultimately process them in a healthy way. This practice builds emotional resilience because you're training yourself to respond to emotions thoughtfully, rather than being overwhelmed by them. Over time, the more you practice silence and mindfulness together, the more you'll find yourself able to stay calm and composed, even in emotionally charged situations. Silence doesn't just build resilience within you, it also improves your emotional connections with others. One of the most overlooked aspects of communication is the power of a pause. By embracing silence in conversations, especially during emotionally intense discussions, you're offering space for both yourself and the other person to reflect and process. This pause fosters empathy. Rather than rushing to respond or react, silence allows you to fully listen and understand the other person's emotions. This deepens emotional connections and improves your ability to navigate difficult conversations or conflicts. When practiced regularly, this emotional depth enhances your resilience in relationships, allowing you to handle disagreements or challenges with greater calm and understanding. Building emotional resilience takes time, but silence can serve as a daily practice that strengthens your emotional foundation. Here are practical ways to integrate silence into your routine for emotional healing and growth. 1. Silent emotional check-ins. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes each day to check in with yourself emotionally. Sit in silence, reflect on your feelings, and observe them without judgment. Ask yourself, what emotions am I carrying right now? What's the source of these feelings? 2. Silence in difficult conversations. The next time you find yourself in a heated discussion or conflict, practice intentional silence. Pause before reacting. This brief moment can help you gain perspective and respond with more thoughtfulness and empathy. 3. Silent meditation for emotional balance. Incorporate a brief silent meditation practice into your day. Focus on your breath, acknowledge any emotions that arise, and let them pass without attachment. This strengthens your emotional awareness and resilience over time. 4. Quiet moments after stressful events. After a stressful day or event, take 10 to 15 minutes to sit in silence. Use this time to reflect, process the experience, and let your emotions settle. You'll notice that by creating this buffer, your emotional resilience improves, and you bounce back from challenges more easily. The quiet strength of emotional resilience. Emotional resilience isn't about never feeling stress, sadness, or frustration. It's about how quickly you can recover, how well you can process emotions, and how thoughtfully you can respond to life's challenges. Silence offers the space you need to build that strength. It gives your emotions room to breathe, your mind time to reflect, and your heart the opportunity to heal. As you continue to embrace silence in your life, you'll notice that your emotional reactions become more measured, your stress levels decrease, and your ability to handle challenges with grace and calm increases. Silence isn't a passive retreat from life, it's an active engagement with your inner world, helping you become stronger and more resilient. Chapter 4. The creative power of silence. Creativity, for many, feels elusive. It's as if the best ideas are hiding in some distant corner of the mind, just out of reach. We try to spark creativity through brainstorming sessions, conversations, or even seeking inspiration from external sources. But one of the most overlooked sources of creativity lies in a simple, profound practice: silence. In this chapter, we'll explore how silence can unlock your creative potential, foster deep thinking, and help you overcome creative blocks. Silence is the catalyst that turns the scattered noise of your thoughts into clear, innovative ideas. The noise that blocks creativity. In the age of constant connectivity, creativity is often stifled by an overwhelming influx of information. Social media, emails, conversations, and digital notifications flood our minds, leaving little room for original thoughts to form. The constant consumption of external content can make it harder to access the internal, creative parts of our minds. Creativity requires space, mental space. It thrives when there's room to think, imagine, and play with ideas. But when our minds are constantly engaged in processing noise, there's no room for this deep thinking to happen. Silence serves as the canvas on which creativity can paint. It's in those quiet moments when the external world fades that our minds begin to roam freely, unencumbered by distractions. Without the noise, your thoughts can flow uninterrupted, and it's often in these moments of stillness that the best ideas emerge. Silence activates the brain's default mode network DMN, the same network responsible for daydreaming and introspection. This is the mental state where creative ideas form. When you enter a quiet space, your mind has the freedom to explore different ideas, connect seemingly unrelated concepts, and generate new solutions. Think of it this way: creativity is like a well. The more noise you pour into your mind, the murkier the water becomes. Silence is what allows the water to settle, revealing the depth of ideas that were hidden beneath the surface. One of the most profound ways silence fosters creativity is by giving you access to your subconscious mind. While you're busy with everyday tasks, your conscious mind is preoccupied with decision-making, problem-solving, and interacting with the world around you. But it's your subconscious mind, the part of your brain working in the background, that holds the seeds of creative insights. In moments of silence, when your conscious mind is no longer overwhelmed with stimuli, your subconscious thoughts bubble to the surface. This is often where creative breakthroughs happen, during quiet walks, moments of stillness, or even as you drift off to sleep. These are the times when the creative parts of your mind come alive, offering insights and ideas that were previously obscured by the noise of daily life. Creativity isn't just about generating ideas, it's also about refining them. And silence plays a crucial role in this process. After you've had a creative breakthrough, the next step is to reflect on and refine your ideas. This is where silence becomes even more powerful. In the silence of reflection, you can critically analyze your creative work, identify areas for improvement, and develop your ideas further. This process of refinement is essential for turning raw inspiration into polished, meaningful work. Without this time for quiet reflection, your ideas may remain underdeveloped or incomplete. Overcoming creative blocks with silence. One of the greatest frustrations for creative individuals is the dreaded creative block, a mental roadblock where ideas seem to vanish, and progress grinds to a halt. While many try to force their way through these blocks, silence offers a gentler, more effective solution. Creative blocks often occur when your mind is overloaded or fatigued. By stepping away from the noise and sitting in silence, you allow your brain to reset. Rather than trying to push through the block, silence gives your mind the space to approach the problem from a new angle. When you embrace silence during a creative block, you shift from a state of mental exhaustion to one of openness and relaxation. In this quiet space, your mind becomes more flexible, allowing new solutions and ideas to emerge naturally. Silence isn't something that happens by accident, it's something you can cultivate. Here are some practical ways to incorporate silence into your creative process, helping you generate fresh ideas and refine your work. 1. Start with silence. Before beginning any creative project, spend 5 to 10 minutes in silence. Use this time to clear your mind and set the stage for creativity. You might meditate, take a quiet walk, or simply sit in stillness. This practice helps prepare your mind to think more freely. 2. Silent brainstorming. The next time you're working on a creative project, try brainstorming in silence. Set a timer for 10 to 20 minutes and let your mind wander without distractions. Write down any ideas that come to mind, no matter how disconnected or unusual they seem. This process helps tap into your subconscious thoughts. 3. Reflect in silence after generating ideas. Take time to reflect on them in silence. Consider how you might improve, combine, or refine these concepts. This reflective silence is where the real work of creativity happens, turning raw ideas into actionable plans. 4. Break free from creative blocks. When you hit a creative block, don't fight it. Instead, embrace silence. Step away from the project, find a quiet place, and give your mind the opportunity to rest. Often, solutions will present themselves when you return with a clear mind. 5. Silence in nature. Nature is a powerful source of inspiration, especially when combined with silence. Take a quiet walk in a natural setting, leaving your phone behind. The absence of noise combined with the calming effect of nature can help stimulate new ideas and perspectives. Let silence inspire your creativity. Creativity isn't something that can be forced, it's something that needs space to grow. Silence provides that space, offering your mind the freedom to explore new ideas, connect concepts, and reflect deeply on your work. It's in the quiet moments that creativity truly flourishes. By making space for silence, you're not only allowing your mind to rest but also inviting creativity to flow. The next time you face a creative challenge, don't turn to noise or distractions. Instead, embrace silence and watch as your mind opens to new possibilities. Chapter 5. Silence in Communication and Relationships. Communication is the foundation of every relationship, whether personal or professional. But in a world dominated by noise, both literal and figurative, we often forget that silence can be just as powerful, if not more so, than words. Silence allows space for reflection, deep listening, and meaningful connection. It's a tool that can improve communication, foster empathy, and deepen the bonds we share with others. In this chapter, we will explore how embracing silence in your conversations and relationships can transform how you interact with others, creating more understanding, connection, and peace. The power of listening in silence. We've all been in conversations where we're not really listening, we're just waiting for our turn to speak. Our minds are racing, formulating responses while the other person is talking, and the result is that we miss the true meaning behind their words. This is where silence comes in. The practice of embracing silence in conversations allows us to listen more deeply and meaningfully. When you're silent, you're not just hearing the words being spoken, you're tuning in to the other person's emotions, body language, and tone. This is often where the real meaning lies. Listening in silence shows the other person that you're fully present, that you respect their thoughts, and that you value what they have to say. It's in these moments that the foundation of deeper understanding is built. Silence isn't just about being quiet, it's about creating space for both parties to communicate fully. This is where the concept of active listening comes in. Active listening means being fully engaged with the speaker, not just through silence but also through non-verbal cues like eye contact, nodding, and facial expressions that indicate understanding. Active listening is a two-way street. It's not only about absorbing information but also about responding thoughtfully. Silence allows you to pause, consider your response, and ensure that what you say is meaningful and intentional. This is especially powerful in emotionally charged situations, where a well-timed pause can prevent misunderstandings or escalate conflict. When disagreements arise, the natural human response is often to defend our position immediately, often without fully hearing the other person's point of view. This reactionary approach can quickly lead to escalation, frustration, and miscommunication. Silence, on the other hand, can be a powerful tool for diffusing conflict. By choosing to remain silent in heated moments, you give yourself the opportunity to pause and reflect. This pause can help you control your emotions, prevent impulsive responses, and gain clarity on the situation. It also shows the other person that you're taking the time to consider their perspective. Silence creates a buffer that allows emotions to settle, making it easier to find common ground and resolve conflicts with empathy and understanding. Silence can also deepen intimacy in relationships. We often assume that constant conversation is necessary to maintain closeness, but sometimes, silence can say more than words. Sitting in comfortable silence with someone you care about is a sign of trust and connection. It indicates that you don't feel the need to fill every moment with words, and that being present with each other is enough. These shared moments of silence can strengthen the bond between two people, whether it's a close friendship, romantic relationship, or family connection. Silence in these moments is not empty. It's filled with the quiet understanding that you're truly comfortable in each other's presence. While silence is a powerful tool, it must be balanced with speech. Too much silence, especially when used to avoid conflict or difficult conversations, can create emotional distance. In relationships, it's important to use silence intentionally, as a way to enhance communication, not to shut it down. The key is to strike a balance, knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. For example, during a difficult conversation, a thoughtful pause can prevent hurtful words and allow you to gather your thoughts. On the other hand, prolonged silence in the face of an important issue might signal disengagement or avoidance. Learning to navigate this balance is crucial for healthy communication. Here are some practical ways you can use silence to improve your communication and relationships. 1. Pause before responding. In conversations, especially emotional ones, take a brief pause before responding. This pause allows you to collect your thoughts, ensure your response is measured, and prevent impulsive reactions. 2. Practice active listening. During conversations, focus on the other person's words, body language, and tone. Use silence to give them space to express themselves fully, and respond only after fully processing what they've said. 3. Silence during conflict. The next time you find yourself in an argument, try practicing silence before responding. Let the other person finish speaking, then take a moment to reflect on their perspective before offering your thoughts. 4. Share silent moments. Strengthen your relationships by sharing comfortable silence with someone you care about. Whether it's sitting quietly together during a walk or simply being present in each other's company without speaking, these moments can deepen your connection. 5. Use silence to de-escalate. If a conversation is becoming heated, use silence to de-escalate the situation. A calm pause allows emotions to settle and provides space for more thoughtful dialogue. Silence as a tool for meaningful connection. Communication is often thought of as the exchange of words, but silence plays an equally important role. It allows us to listen more deeply, understand more fully, and connect more meaningfully. In relationships, silence can foster intimacy, empathy, and emotional depth. It can diffuse conflict, improve understanding, and create space for honest reflection. As you integrate silence into your communication, you'll notice how your interactions become more thoughtful, your relationships more intimate, and your connections more authentic. Silence is not just the absence of words, it's the presence of understanding. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Epictetus. Chapter 6. The Mindfulness of Silence. In an age of constant distractions, the practice of mindfulness has become a refuge for those seeking peace, presence, and clarity. But mindfulness isn't only about meditation or focusing on your breath, it's also deeply connected to silence. When we embrace silence, we create the space to be fully present, to tune into our inner world, and to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. Silence and mindfulness are intertwined, and together, they provide a powerful tool for living more intentionally and peacefully. In this chapter, we'll explore how silence fosters mindfulness and how you can incorporate it into your daily life to cultivate greater awareness, calm, and presence. What is mindfulness, and why is it important? Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your full attention to the present moment without distraction or judgment. In its essence, it's about observing your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings with curiosity and acceptance. This practice helps you break free from the constant mental chatter of the past and future, allowing you to live more fully in the here and now. Why is this important? Because much of our stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction stems from not being fully present. We're often caught up in worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, rarely taking time to just be. Mindfulness teaches us to engage with life as it unfolds, rather than becoming lost in the noise of our own thoughts. The role of silence in mindfulness. Silence is a natural companion to mindfulness. In silence, the distractions of the external world fade away, allowing us to turn inward and observe our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations more clearly. Silence creates the perfect environment for mindfulness because it removes the external stimuli that typically pull our attention away from the present moment. When you practice mindfulness in silence, you create a space where you can truly listen to your inner world. You begin to notice the subtleties of your thoughts, the worries, the hopes, the judgments, that usually go unnoticed in the hustle and bustle of life. Silence allows you to watch these thoughts arise and pass without getting caught up in them, which is a core aspect of mindfulness. Silence doesn't just aid mindfulness, it enhances it. In a silent environment, you're not distracted by external noise, so you can focus more deeply on your internal experiences. Whether you're practicing mindful breathing, mindful eating, or simply sitting in stillness, silence amplifies the impact of your mindfulness practice. Here's how silence enhances mindfulness. Increased awareness. Without external distractions, you become more attuned to your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. Silence allows you to notice details you might otherwise overlook, like the subtle tension in your shoulders or the repetitive nature of certain thoughts. Silence creates an environment where you can focus on the present moment without being pulled away by the noise around you. This deeper focus helps you stay engaged with your mindfulness practice, making it more effective. In the quiet of mindfulness, emotions that may have been buried beneath the surface start to reveal themselves. Silence allows you to sit with these emotions, observe them, and process them without the interference of external stimuli. When you combine silence with mindfulness, you experience a profound sense of calm and inner peace. The mind slows down, the body relaxes, and you enter a state of being where you feel fully present, connected, and at peace. You don't need to be in a meditation room or a silent retreat to practice mindfulness through silence. There are many ways to incorporate this practice into your daily life. The goal is to bring mindfulness and silence into everyday moments, transforming routine activities into opportunities for presence and reflection. Here are some practical ways to practice mindfulness and silence during your day. 1. Morning silence. Start your day with 5 to 10 minutes of silence. Whether you sit in meditation, take a quiet walk, or simply enjoy a cup of tea in stillness, this time helps set a mindful tone for the day ahead. Focus on your breath, observe your thoughts, and notice how your body feels as you transition from rest to wakefulness. 2. Mindful eating. Practice mindfulness during meals by turning off distractions and eating in silence. Focus on the texture, flavor, and aroma of your food. Pay attention to how your body feels as you eat, noticing the sensations of hunger and fullness. This simple practice can help you develop a healthier relationship with food and bring more awareness to your daily habits. 3. Silent walks. Take a walk in nature without headphones or external distractions. As you walk, observe the sensations in your body, the movement of your feet, the rhythm of your breath, the wind on your skin. Notice the sounds around you, the colors, the smells. Walking in silence allows you to connect deeply with the present moment and experience the beauty of your surroundings more fully. 4. Mindful breathing breaks. Throughout your day, take 1 to 2 minutes of silence to focus on your breath. This practice helps ground you in the present moment and reduces stress. You can do this at your desk, in the car, or while waiting in line. Simply close your eyes, breathe deeply, and observe the sensation of the breath moving in and out of your body. 5. Evening reflection. End your day with a few minutes of silent reflection. Sit quietly and reflect on the events of the day. Notice any lingering emotions, thoughts, or tension in your body. Use this time to process your day and create a sense of closure before sleep. For many, silence can feel uncomfortable or even unsettling, especially when we're so used to constant noise and distractions. The mind tends to fill the silence with its own noise, racing thoughts, worries, or even boredom. But it's important to understand that this discomfort is part of the process. When you first begin practicing silence and mindfulness, you might notice an urge to fill the quiet with something: music, conversation, or activity. Resist this urge. The discomfort you feel is your mind adjusting to stillness, and over time, this discomfort will fade. As you continue to practice, you'll learn to embrace the quiet and appreciate the depth it brings to your mindfulness practice. One of the most profound benefits of combining silence with mindfulness is stress reduction. Silence allows you to step away from the chaos of daily life, creating a peaceful environment where your mind can unwind. This reduces cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and promotes relaxation in both the mind and body. When practiced regularly, mindfulness in silence helps you become more resilient to stress. You learn to observe stressful thoughts and emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. Instead of reacting impulsively, you create space between your thoughts and actions, allowing for more thoughtful, calm responses. Mindfulness and silence go hand in hand, creating a powerful practice that brings awareness, peace, and presence to your life. By embracing silence, you open the door to deeper mindfulness, where you can observe your thoughts, process your emotions, and connect with the present moment in a meaningful way. As you integrate mindfulness through silence into your daily routine, you'll find that it not only reduces stress but also enhances your overall sense of well-being. You'll become more present in your relationships, more connected to your inner world, and more at peace with the ebb and flow of life. Silence is not the absence of something but the presence of everything. Gordon Hempton. Chapter 7. Silence for Productivity and Success. In today's world, productivity is often equated with constant action, multitasking, and being perpetually connected. We live under the assumption that to get ahead, we must be always doing something, whether responding to emails, attending meetings, or checking notifications. Yet, in this relentless pursuit of productivity, we often overlook one of the most powerful tools available: silence. Silence is not just a reprieve from the noise, it's a space where focus and creativity thrive, where deep work happens, and where real productivity is born. In this chapter, we'll explore how incorporating silence into your daily routine can help you achieve greater success by boosting focus, enhancing decision-making, and unlocking your full potential. Many people equate being busy with being productive. The more tasks we can juggle, the more successful we feel. But busyness doesn't necessarily lead to effectiveness. In fact, constantly switching between tasks, what we often call multitasking, can actually decrease our overall productivity. Our attention becomes fragmented, and we're left feeling mentally exhausted without accomplishing much of real value. The truth is, productivity isn't about how much you do, it's about how effectively you do it. Deep focus, clear thinking, and strategic decision-making are the hallmarks of true productivity, and silence plays a crucial role in fostering these qualities. Silence allows us to cut through the noise, regain clarity, and focus on what really matters. Silence and the power of deep work. The concept of deep work, coined by author and professor Cal Newport, refers to a state of focused, undistracted work that allows for high levels of productivity and creativity. Deep work requires full concentration on a single task, free from interruptions or distractions. This is where the most valuable work happens, when you're fully immersed in what you're doing, pushing the limits of your cognitive abilities. Silence is the perfect environment for deep work. It removes the distractions of external noise, allowing your brain to focus entirely on the task at hand. In silence, your thoughts become sharper, your ability to concentrate deepens, and your mind is free to dive into complex problem-solving or creative work without being pulled in multiple directions. When you cultivate silence in your work environment, you're creating a space for deep work to flourish. This is where breakthroughs happen, where new ideas emerge, difficult challenges are solved, and the most meaningful progress is made. The science behind silence and focus. There's a reason silence enhances productivity. It's rooted in how our brains work. Scientific studies have shown that noise, especially unpredictable or disruptive sounds, activates the brain's alert system, diverting attention away from the task at hand. Even low-level background noise, like chatter in an office or the hum of traffic, can reduce cognitive performance by increasing stress and cognitive load. In contrast, silence calms the brain, allowing the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, problem-solving, and critical thinking, to function optimally. Without the constant distraction of noise, your brain can focus more effectively on complex tasks, leading to higher quality work and faster progress. In a study published in the journal Environmental Psychology, researchers found that participants who worked in silence performed significantly better on tasks requiring concentration and memory retention than those who worked in noisy environments. The absence of noise helped them focus, leading to better cognitive performance and more efficient work. Silence as a tool for strategic decision-making. Productivity isn't just about getting things done, it's also about making smart decisions. Whether you're running a business, managing a team, or working on a personal project, the decisions you make can determine your success. Silence offers the mental space needed for thoughtful, strategic decision-making. When you embrace silence, you're giving yourself the opportunity to step back from the noise of opinions, data, and distractions. Silence allows you to reflect on your options, weigh the pros and cons, and listen to your intuition. It's in these quiet moments that you can tap into your deeper wisdom, leading to better, more informed decisions. Many successful leaders and entrepreneurs use silence as part of their decision-making process. They understand that the most important decisions require clarity, focus, and inner stillness. By incorporating silence before making key decisions, you can approach problems with a calm, focused mind, leading to more thoughtful and effective choices. Incorporating silence into your work routine. You don't need to spend hours in silence to reap the benefits of increased productivity. Even short periods of quiet can have a profound impact on your focus, creativity, and efficiency. Here are some practical ways to incorporate silence into your daily work routine for maximum productivity. 1. Silent mornings. Begin your day with a period of silence, even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes. Use this time to set your intentions, plan your priorities, and mentally prepare for the day ahead. This practice helps you start the day with clarity and focus, rather than diving straight into the noise. 2. Deep work sessions. Set aside dedicated time for deep work in silence. This could be a 2-hour block where you turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and work on a single task without interruption. The key is to create a quiet, focused environment where you can concentrate fully. 3. Silent breaks. Throughout the day, take short breaks in silence. Step away from your desk, put down your phone, and spend 5 to 10 minutes in stillness. These silent breaks help reset your mind, reduce stress, and prepare you for the next round of focused work. 4. Silent decision-making. When faced with important decisions, resist the urge to act immediately. Instead, create space for silence. Sit quietly, reflect on the decision, and allow your mind to process the information without rushing. This pause can lead to more thoughtful and strategic choices. 5. Noise-canceling environment. If you work in a noisy environment, consider using noise-canceling headphones or finding a quiet space where you can work uninterrupted. Reducing external noise will help you focus more deeply and work more efficiently. While silence is a powerful tool for productivity, it's important to strike a balance between quiet reflection and taking action. Silence allows you to think deeply and plan strategically, but productivity ultimately requires action. The key is to use silence as a foundation for effective action, giving yourself the mental clarity and focus to execute your work with precision and purpose. Productivity is not about constantly doing more. It's about doing the right things in the right way. Silence helps you prioritize, focus, and work smarter, not harder. By incorporating silence into your daily routine, you'll find that your work becomes more intentional, your decisions more strategic, and your outcomes more successful. Success in today's fast-paced world requires more than just constant action. It requires focus, clarity, and strategic thinking, qualities that are nurtured in silence. By embracing silence in your daily routine, you'll unlock new levels of productivity, creativity, and decision-making power. Whether you're working on a complex project, making important decisions, or simply trying to stay focused in a noisy world, silence is the key to cutting through the distractions and achieving real, meaningful success. It's time to stop equating busyness with productivity and start harnessing the quiet power of silence to reach your full potential. Chapter 8. Living the Silent Revolution. As you've explored throughout this book, silence is much more than the absence of noise. It is a powerful, transformative force that can reshape your mind, body, and life. From fostering mental clarity and emotional resilience to enhancing creativity, decision-making, and relationships, silence is the key to unlocking a more intentional and fulfilling life. In this final chapter, we will bring together the lessons learned and explore how to fully integrate silence into your daily routine, allowing it to become a constant source of strength, wisdom, and peace. This is the silent revolution, a shift in how you live, work, and connect with yourself and others, rooted in the quiet power of stillness. The long-term benefits of embracing silence. By now, you've experienced the profound benefits of incorporating silence into different aspects of your life. Whether through mindful moments, deep work sessions, or reflective silence in relationships, you've learned that silence is not just a tool, it's a way of being. Here's a reminder of the long-term benefits that embracing silence can bring into your life. Improved focus and productivity. Silence creates the space needed for deep concentration and meaningful work. As you continue to practice silence, you'll find that your ability to focus becomes sharper, and you'll accomplish more in less time, with greater clarity and purpose. In silence, you learn to sit with your emotions, allowing yourself the time and space to process them without reacting impulsively. This emotional resilience helps you handle challenges with grace and calm, even in the most stressful situations. When you allow silence to nurture your thoughts, you give your mind the freedom to explore new ideas and solutions. Silence fosters creativity by providing the mental space to connect seemingly unrelated concepts and generate innovative ideas. Silence enhances your ability to listen, reflect, and empathize. By incorporating silence into your conversations, you create a deeper connection with others, strengthening your relationships through thoughtful communication and shared moments of understanding. Through silent reflection, you gain a clearer sense of who you are, your values, desires, and goals. Silence fosters mindfulness, allowing you to live more fully in the present moment and appreciate the simple beauty of life. Integrating silence into your life. As you continue on this journey, it's essential to weave silence into the fabric of your daily routine. The following practices will help you create a balanced life, filled with mindful, restorative moments of quiet. 1 morning and evening silence. Begin and end each day with purposeful silence. Whether it's through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in stillness, these moments serve as anchors, bringing peace and clarity to your day. In the morning, they prepare you to face the day with intention. In the evening, they provide space to reflect and unwind from your experiences. 2. Mindful activities in silence. Incorporate silence into routine activities, such as eating, walking, or exercising. Use these moments to be fully present with your thoughts, body, and surroundings, making even the simplest tasks a mindful experience. 3. Scheduled breaks from noise. Throughout your day, create periods of silence by stepping away from noise, both external and digital. Turn off your devices for a few minutes, step outside, and enjoy moments of quiet. These short breaks help reset your mind and reduce the constant pressure to stay connected. 4. Create a quiet space at home. Dedicate a specific area in your home as your silent space, where you can retreat when you need moments of reflection or calm. This could be a corner of your bedroom, a comfortable chair by the window, or even a garden where you can sit quietly. Having a space designed for silence reminds you to make time for it regularly. 5. Practice silence in social situations. Begin to integrate silence into your conversations and relationships. Whether it's allowing a pause before responding or simply being comfortable with shared quiet moments, silence can deepen your interactions and make your communication more meaningful. As we've discussed, silence can feel uncomfortable at first, especially when you're used to a constant stream of noise and activity. However, it's important to remember that this discomfort is temporary. Over time, as you practice silence, you will become more at ease with stillness and learn to embrace it as a source of strength rather than something to avoid. The key is to be patient with yourself. If silence feels unsettling, start with small, manageable moments and gradually increase the time you spend in quiet reflection. Over time, you'll find that these moments become natural and restorative, and the discomfort will fade. Living the silent revolution is about more than just finding moments of quiet throughout your day. It's about adopting a new mindset. It's about recognizing that in a world filled with distractions, true power lies in your ability to cultivate inner peace and clarity through silence. It's about making a conscious choice to step away from the noise, to prioritize what truly matters, and to live with greater intention. It's about understanding that silence is not an absence, but a presence of mindfulness, awareness, and connection with the deeper aspects of yourself and the world around you. While silence is essential for clarity, reflection, and growth, it's also important to remember that action is equally necessary. The goal is not to retreat into silence permanently, but to use silence as a foundation for purposeful action. The balance lies in knowing when to embrace silence for reflection and when to move forward with confidence and focus. Silence gives you the clarity to act with intention, making your actions more deliberate and effective. This balance of silence and action is the key to a fulfilling and successful life. As you step into this new chapter of your life, remember that silence is always available to you. In every moment, you have the choice to tune into the quiet and find strength, clarity, and peace. Whether in moments of stress, creativity, decision-making, or connection, silence is your greatest ally. Living the silent revolution means carrying the lessons of this book into your everyday life, using silence to guide your thoughts, your actions, and your relationships. It's about trusting that in the stillness you will find everything you need: wisdom, creativity, resilience, and purpose. Let silence be your compass, and trust that by embracing the quiet, you're opening yourself up to a life filled with clarity, success, and deeper fulfillment. All man's miseries derive from not being able to sit quietly in a room alone. Blaise Pascal. Final words. As you close this book, remember that silence is not merely the absence of noise, it is a powerful presence in your life. It offers you clarity in the midst of confusion, creativity in moments of stagnation, and calm in the face of chaos. By embracing silence, you are choosing to live with intention, to listen deeply, and to act with purpose. This journey is not about perfection, it's about practice. Each quiet moment is a step toward a more mindful, balanced, and fulfilling life. As you move forward, let silence guide you, not just as a tool but as a way of being. You hold the power to create space for stillness in your everyday life, and in that space you will find everything you need to succeed, grow, and thrive. Let the quiet lead you to the life you truly desire. Take care and be well.